of the United States, do you want to go to jail in El Salvador?
Including those of U.S. citizenship and legal resident.
It's here, folks. The threat of sending United States citizens to foreign jails.
He has agreed to accept for deportation any illegal alien in the United States who is a criminal from any nationality, be they MS-13 or Tren de Aragua, and house them in his jails. He has offered to house in his jails dangerous American criminals in custody, including those of U.S. citizenship and legal resident. Including those of U.S. citizenship and legal resident. Including those of U.S. citizenship and legal resident.
It took just over 2 weeks and 1 day for the United States to make a deal with a foreign country to deport United States citizens and hold them in jail in a foreign country. I said long ago that the United States government would start threatening to deport United States citizens, and they're not out loud saying it right now. They're not saying we're going to deport you, but they're doing it just loud enough to start to quiet resistance. And that's the scary part that should concern you. They're making it just close enough that people aren't going to be willing to resist. This is how you lose all of your power. The fear suppresses the resistance. But don't mistake me. I believe that if they had a reason, they would absolutely send United States resistance to foreign prisons, to El Salvador.
There was a large presence of law enforcement at the Cedar Run Apartments. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jordan Chavez.
And I'm Corey Rose. That is off of South Oneida near Quebec and Leedsdale. 9's reporter Jennifer Meckles just arrived. Jenny, what are you seeing right now?
Hey guys, we are outside of the Cedar Run Apartments here. The entire block around the Cedar Run Apartments is closed off. We do not have a lot of information, so just bear with me here as I walk you through what we know. Denver, the Colorado-Denver FBI division is out here. This is not their investigation. They said that this is a Homeland Security operation. They are merely here to support. Here's what I can show you. There is definitely some police activity. We can see some folks with FBI logos. We see some people with ICE logos out here. Our chopper flew over this apartment complex a little bit ago, and we were able to see a bus that was parked outside. Certainly something that we were watching for. We know something's been happening around the country, various raids looking for folks that are in the country without proper documentation. We do not have any information yet this morning to tell you if there have been any kind of an arrest or any additional police action other than what is right now at this apartment complex with this high level of some sort of a federal operation here. The street in and around this apartment complex, there are people standing out, kind of looking. I see one person down the street with a kind of like a bullhorn. I'm not sure what they're yelling, chanting, protesting, what have you. So we're going to get a better lay of the land out here to see first. But again, we know that various Homeland Security operations have been happening around the country, something we've been watching for here in Denver. There appears to be some kind of a federal operation outside of this apartment complex here this morning in Denver. We're going to hang out here. We're going to try to get some more information, but I can tell you right now, we don't have anybody telling us what they're doing, if they're arresting anyone, and any sort of idea of what those numbers might look like at this hour. So we're going to ask those questions, and we'll stay in touch with you guys, okay?
Jenny, we know that you just got out there. We heard that there was like a bus or something out there or a tactical vehicle or anything like that. Are you seeing that?
So the corner that I'm standing on, I cannot see that, but we flew the Sky 9, flew over this apartment complex a little bit earlier this morning, and they saw some sort of a bus parked outside. That was it. Didn't see anything else happening with it. So we need to figure out where that is in relation to where I'm standing, but at the corner I'm on, I do not see that. Big perimeter though, right? It's a whole apartment complex.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. We understand.
United States citizens and hold them in jail in a foreign country. I said long ago that the United States government would start threatening to deport United States citizens, and they're not out loud saying it right now. They're not saying we're going to deport you, but they're doing it just loud enough to start to quiet resistance. And that's the scary part that should concern you. They're making it just close enough that people aren't going to be willing to resist. This is how you lose all of your power. The fear suppresses the resistance. But don't mistake me. I believe that if they had a reason, they would absolutely send United States resistance to foreign prisons, to El Salvador. Do you have any idea what the condition of those jails is going to be? Do you have any idea what will happen to resistance? Do you know how easy it is to categorize someone who protests against the government as a violent criminal? What if you're protesting with one person in the group and a person of suspicious origin, maybe not even connected with the group, does something violent or breaks federal property? All of a sudden you might be going to a jail in El Salvador. The crazy thing is not that they said this out loud. I knew, many people knew they were going to do this, but the fact that they've done it in just 2 weeks, what's ahead of us? If you're not alarmed now, you're not paying attention. The government of the United States is threatening to send United States citizens to foreign prisons. Foreign prisons. Out loud. The Secretary of State is making that threat.
In our country, including those of U.S. citizenship and legal resident.
It is breathtaking how quickly the government has moved to threatening citizens. And don't be fooled by what people will say. Oh, this is only for violent criminals. We still have a constitution. We still have some ability to stop this. But the definition of what is or is not a criminal will be decided by this government if we don't stop that from happening.
In our country, including those of U.S. citizenship and legal resident.